This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster alone, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Forget the things you probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright. And you know how to see things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team out here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,
All right, what up, though, everybody? Hold on, let me take this out. Got the cotton in my ear, man. My ear is kind of sore, my left ear, but it's all good, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Spike Kool-Aid. Not Skip Kool-Aid, but Spike Kool-Aid for January the 8th, man. Can y'all believe it's already been the 8th? It's already the 8th. We are 8 days into the new year. We got under 300 and 57 days. Like, it's just crazy how time is flying. Shout out to Kiera. What's going on? D-Mac, Bud Tribe. What's up, bro? I saw a post. I think it was you of IG. And I didn't know that you actually grow them things, bro. Shout out to you, man. What's up, Jacob, D-Mac, Aaron? What up? What's up, Lauren? What's good, man? What is good with you, my dude? Listen, so I just got to say a couple things, man. Let me change the date real quick. I thought I did that already, but I did not. I did not do that. Let me do this. Okay, so we are going to do that, and now we are rolling. Now we're good to go. Man, bye week and chill. Kind of a laid-back week. Dan Campbell was in front of the media yesterday. Dropped some nuggets, updates on Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Barnes, Carlton Davis, not looking too good for them. Jamison Williams, Aiden Hutchinson, their fifth-year options can be picked up. And are the Detroit Lions stuck with their current roster? We're going to talk about all those things today. We also have Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Where will they go? They've gotten coaching interviews from everywhere. As a matter of fact, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, I both believe, are going to have virtual coaching interviews over the next few days. It's got to be done by tomorrow, I think, or either between tomorrow and Saturday. They've got to get those out the way. Yeah. Oh, it was on X. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. What's up, Patty? What's going on? BTC. I think AG will go to the Saints. Yeah. I'm hearing those same things. I keep hearing rumors that AG will be the head coach of the Saints no matter what. I don't know how true that is. Well, Kamel, you know what, man? I don't know either. It's funny how you can say that stuff, like, and Aaron. So Aaron Glenn is, with him being a minority head coach, you could interview him. I wonder if you could, if you hire him, does that count as the Rooney Rule? You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't. I guess you did. It does because you interviewed him and then made him your head coach. But if you already know, does that count? But I guess so because the Rooney Rule simply requires a minority candidate interview. That's it. Or Jacksonville. Yeah, I saw something saying Chicago is questioning Ben's leadership skills and wants him to create a leadership plan. What? Kiera, what? How dare them? How dare they? Leadership skills? Check this out. Since 2019, shout out to Mike Payton with A to C Sports because I got this information from watching their latest video. From 2019, the Bears have had 3 coaches. That's how long Ben Johnson has been with the Detroit Lions, which it was before Matt Patricia. No, right before they got fired. And they've gone through 3 coaches in the meantime. And he needs a leadership plan? Yeah, that's funny than the mug. That's funny than the mug. We got to talk about another dude too, man. I think I talked about him. I talked about him last week on this channel, but we're going to talk about him again. All right, so how's everybody enjoying their week? There's a couple housekeeping things I want to do. You know, it's funny when you're younger. My son just got a Steam Deck. He got a Steam Deck, and you know, being a little kid, well, he's 15 now, so he's right in the middle of like that young man. And he still wants, he grew up from toys and stuff like that, and now he wants like adult toys. You know what I'm saying? Like games and stuff like that. So it's funny how when we get older, our version of toys changes. When we're young, playing with action figures or whatever, and the kids got it so good nowadays because we didn't have, you know, the only electronics we had was probably Tiger Electronics, the wackest games you could ever play. And when you get older, your taste change, like your version of a toy change. And why am I saying that? Because you guys know that this is the year of the business. First of all, today, we're going to hit 4,900 subscribers on this channel. Now, I'm going to keep it $150, all right? And y'all know I got a huge chip on my shoulder. As a matter of fact, I am going to own up to that chip on my shoulder, all right? And the reason I've always been proud to carry a chip on my shoulder and be petty, right? But the reason that I'm extra petty is I'm like, yo, St. Brown, I told y'all that he petty. He petty. He had on a shirt that said slot merchant. I tried to mix those 2 words together. Super petty, right? So it really, I'm really kind of humbled and stuff like that. And the fact that it's me and Nick right now. Me and Nick, David Pike used to be part of the channel. Me and Nick, and we're doing our thing over here. And my toy, my version of a toy, is this whole studio thing is driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy, but I got to be smart about it. I've got to make sure that it's the proper plan. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm super petty right now, right? So a lot of people know about LNU, Lions Nation Unite, run by Herman Moore and some other YouTubers over there. And I've never been asked to be on Lions Nation Unite, nor have I really wanted to, because I don't want to be under anybody but myself, right? But I'm real petty. I want to be bigger than them. I want to be bigger than Woodward Sports. I want to be bigger than, I want people to, by the time I turn 50, which is in 5 years, I want to be, and the people that work with me, I want to be like, you remember that guy that sat in his basement, the guy that got mocked on Twitter, the guy that got kicked out of every group because he had goals and ambitions, the guy that everybody's trying to be now, he did something, right? So I'm super petty like that. I don't care that he's Herman Moore. I want to be better than his channel. That's just the bottom line, period. And I continue to get ignored, and it continues to drive me 100%. So anyway, not that anyway. So that's just, I had to get that off my chest, bro. So they got 12,000. We're pushing 5. I want to be bigger than them next year. And then it's off to Woodward Sports after that, right? So we have, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you become part of the syndicate, you're gonna be something special. I'm telling you right now. It's time to, and just to kind of go back real quick. I'm at the game, and I'm getting noticed by all these people. It was insane, and it's like this mini celebrity. Now I don't want to be a celebrity, but it's super cool to be noticed, but it's super cool to be appreciated. Like, people are like, yo, I had this older gentleman. I told this story yesterday on Lion Syndicate. I had this older gentleman. He came and found me. And he was like, Lion Syndicate. And we shaking hands. And it was like one of them super long handshakes. And I'm like, yo, smiling. Thank you for your support, blah, blah, blah. So he's walking up the stairs and he's like yelling at the crowd, telling them, asking them, do you know who this is? And I'm just sitting there like kind of embarrassed a little bit. Like, yo, this is Lion Syndicate right here. I was just like, wow, it was crazy. But anyway, what I love to hear is how people appreciate. I got called yesterday, talked to a gentleman, hopefully have him on the show eventually. He was saying, he said, the thing about you is you are authentic. And I'm like, yo, I appreciate that. So anyway, we gonna get into it, man. 13 seconds says I need a massage. Okay. I find it kind of crap that with us on the bye, teams could ask about coaching jobs when they should be allowed to properly have your bye. Okay, so Python. That's a good question. And the reason that the NFL did that is because the NFL wanted to help because what happens is by the time the divisional round is over and that they were able to talk to coaches, positions had been filled already. And so those coaches that were part their team, they were all almost being punished for still playing, for being part of a good team. So what the NFL did is they pushed that up. Now, what they did do, and I'm sure that Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn have discussed this, is like, yo, you have a set window that you have to talk to our teams. You have this window. It's like a 3-day window that you got to get this interview done. And if you don't, the time is passed. So I like it because I think that it means that they can actually get a good, because what's happening is these coaches are getting fired. They're getting fired. And you know what? As a matter of fact, let's get right into that. Twisted Patriot says, I'm the biggest Lions fan you will ever meet. Diehard since birth. This is surreal to me. Been waiting my whole life for this. But you know what, bro? We ain't done yet. The locker room will be fine without AG. I think Shep will fill his role pretty easy, says Jason. People don't understand how important this bye week is from a physical standpoint, says Juan. The players need some days to rest their bodies and recharge. I agree. Yo, D, did you hear what Mike Florio said about St. Brown? He said he doesn't deserve I heard that bum. I heard him, man. He's a bum, bro. Young punk, you got this, bro. Hey, Lauren, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree 100%. I appreciate that. Derek, did you hear Hulk Hogan got booed out the building Monday night? Wow. Well, I know a lot of things going on with the Hawkster, man. Camille says, been watching you for 2.5 years now. I'm glad to have watched you grow and where you are now. Camille, man, listen, man, I appreciate the support. We ain't done. We just getting started. Just a little off, like not related at all to this. I watched Superman and Lois. I didn't catch it live. I watched it on HBO Max. Not sure I like the ending. I'm not sure I like the ending, bro. I like the show. Wasn't really feeling the ending. No spoilers. Don't put it in the comment section. Just something that I saw, and I was like, bruh, really? Anyway, I think it was a great show. It's sad that it couldn't go any further, but shout out to Superman and Lois. What's up, Shift God? What's good with you? Shout out to Cam Newton as well with the new studio, bro. So anyway, my toy is the studio. Like, I am going crazy just wanting a studio. And then I saw Cam Newton, and Cam Newton got a new studio for 4th and 1. I was like, dog, man, it's only been a year and a half since I, got the new studio and all that other stuff in the basement. And I'm like, yo, I got goals, man, and we gonna hit them joints. We are going to hit them joints. One says, I kind of wish the divisional round was this week. Our guys deserve to buy. Hey, let's just relax, bro. Let's relax, man. Let's enjoy this time. Let's sit back and watch all these other teams. We've earned it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've never had this. So let's sit back, enjoy a stress-free week. Let's chill, bro. Let's sit back and watch and wait for our opponent. Derek, I'm confused. Why would Ben or Aaron leave one of the greatest teams in history? I know they have a head coaching opportunity, but to leave this team doesn't seem smart. I like that. I agree with you, but you have to remember, man, you want your own legacy. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about those guys for sure. What's up, Steve? What's good? I have to finish the final season. Hey, it's on HBO Max, Bond. It's on HBO Max. To me, it was a little It was a little, it felt a little, it's only 10 episodes compared to like season 2 was 15. But yeah, so anyway, catch up on my shows. Hey, Bond, that's me. But we got a whole, I could start a syndicate entertainment, bro. I got massive games. I got Final Fantasy Rebirth. I've got, so many games that literally I almost started playing last night because I'm like, finally, like football is slowing down. And when you make content, even though it's about the same team every day, you kind of, it's almost like you're playing, like you need a bye week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of looking forward to like the off season. And I'm gonna tell you what, if we win the Super Bowl, we gonna be back to the season before you know it. So anyway, let's get into our first topic, man. We gonna get into the first topic. Let me see. How is it bad that I don't mind AG leaving for a head coaching position? I want to see a fresh look on our defense. What's up, Abraham? Man, that's a good one, Kiera. Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn are two of the hottest coaching candidates on the market. And Aaron Glenn, we've talked about this before, the token black guy, you know what I'm saying? And I just made a video about which one of these guys are going to leave. But the question is, should they stay? And I think that there's a real good possibility that they both stay. But if I had to choose, I think Ben Johnson is going to be the one that stays. So the New England Patriots, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chicago Bears, he's probably going to wind up at one of those teams. And right now it's like, it's not going to probably be Jacksonville, but Ben Johnson wants a plan. He wants a plan of success. Now, I did hear that with the firing of Doug Peterson, the Jacksonville Jaguars, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm not going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because you fired the coach who hired, but you didn't fire the GM that hired the coach. But then you say that you will fire the GM if the coach wants him fired. So I'm like, yo, you sound all messed up. And to make matters worse, you took Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson. Thank you very much. So I'm not going there. I don't care who you got. I'm not going there. Got the Chicago Bears. I don't know if I'm going there either. Dysfunctional organization. You hear that Pose he don't want Ben Johnson because Ben Johnson's going to get him fired. Then you have the New England Patriots. The most ideal spot, probably you would think you got a young quarterback, although it's not Ben Johnson's choice. You've got the legacy, but what you also have is a one and done. You have the burden of becoming the Patriots of old, the Bill Belichick. Those are heavy footsteps to follow, and they had zero patience with Mayo. So for me, I think Ben Johnson is the candidate that stays most likely. Now let's move on to Aaron Glenn. You hear that the Saints guaranteed going to give him the job. He played there. He coached there. This is the place that Aaron Glenn is going to go. I would say he would go there over the Jets. Speaking of the Jets, you hear that Devontae Adams is gone. Aaron Rodgers, he don't know what he want to do, blah, blah, blah. So I think that you're not going to go somewhere that you use Madden ratings to determine what you're going to do with the team. I don't know where Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson are going to go, but the question is, should they both stay? Here's the thing. You have a legacy. The reason they would go is a legacy. I think it's something cool about it is the Detroit Lions, to my knowledge, no coach has had a coaching tree. And now the meathead, the kneecap biting, the one everybody was mocking is going to have a coaching tree eventually. And it might go beyond Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. We might see a quarterback coach. We might see the running back, the defensive line coach. Dan Campbell said it's numerous people on the coaches on the team that will make great coaches, he believes. And he said he also would love for these guys to stay. Jared Goff said he would love for Ben Johnson to stay at least another year, and we're not even done this year. But you have to think of legacy. So that's why they would leave. But why would they stay? They would stay because of that same reason. When you decide to leave your cushy coaching job for a potential legacy of your own, you got to be careful because the over-under on not only new contracts for those coaches, but also not to be fired. Because there's, Mike McCarthy, perfect example. Mike McCarthy contract is up. Dan Campbell, he got extended. Mike McCarthy contract just went out, so he's not going to get fired. He's necessarily not going to get rehired. The contract is over. Ben Johnson won a second contract. Smart man. So he's going to make the decision based on not necessarily the initial contract, but how likely is it that he gets a second contract? He also said that he needs an organization to be patient at the same time because he knows that wherever he goes, I mean, listen, if you fired your head coach, it probably means that your organization needs some help, that your team sucks. So you're not going to necessarily come out the gate and have a great year. Look at the Lions' first year, because usually you're dealing with carryover in different situations like that. Look at what we left the man that should not be named. We were dealing with his leftovers, and we went 3-13-1, right? So I think that there's a really good chance that Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn both stay. But if I had to choose, I think Aaron Glenn is the one that goes. But I could see them both staying. And it might be smart for them, even if we win the Super Bowl, let's run this thing back. Run it back one more year. Let the perfect situation open up. And if you look at Ben Johnson, look at his situation. He didn't go to Washington. He didn't go to Carolina. He's not going to places where it's shaky. So I don't see Ben Johnson going anywhere, to be honest with you. Aaron Glenn is the most likely candidate, but if I'm him, I'm going to make the right decision, and it might be just to stay in Detroit. Syndicate, what's up, Adam with the dono? I appreciate you, big dog. Says, Syndicate, do you want to play Washington? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because I'm sick of the same teams. We've played Minnesota twice already. We've played the Rams twice already. We played them. I'm tired, dog. The Packers. I don't want to play them. I want to play somebody fresh. Even Dan Campbell said it yesterday. He was like, we got tape on all these teams. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got experience with them. They got tape on all of them. But they got experience with pretty much everybody but Washington. It sounds like he wants to play Washington as well. I think the Bears want to choose I think Ben wants to choose his own QB. If he doesn't, he'll end up with the Bears. That's going to be because he's going to get blasted by us twice a year. So I'm sorry for you, Ben. I feel sorry for Ben Johnson. Stay and make a KC run for a few years. Why not? Why not? What's the appeal to being a head coach? You're going to suck year one. So the outside of legacy, like, what's the appeal of being the head coach? Being, the wait, okay. The head brother in charge. I had to be careful how I said that. I saw an interview of Patricia recently said he looks so wholesome. I don't know if I can forgive him, though. Yeah, he lost weight. He looks clean. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. And they're nasty stadium. Okay, let me ask y'all this. If I have a chance to go see the Lions and the Commanders, is their stadium that bad that I should just skip that game? Because I was thinking the same thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Eagles get knocked out. You know what, Steve? I think the Rams are going to take out the Eagles. I think because Christian Watson's done. Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol. We're going to find out very soon if he clears. Okay, so if he doesn't play, Packers could still win. Packers, I kind of don't want them to win because then they play us, and I'm kind of over that. But I wouldn't mind that as well because they got beat by the Bears. It ain't no way they beat us at home. And Christian Watson, so I don't know. Let him come. I think it's going to be Washington, Detroit. It's going to be L.A. and Tampa Bay. L.A. LA's going to be, L.A., Tampa Bay, or L.A. Eagles. Yeah, L.A. Eagles, us, Washington, Rams. Bro, could you imagine if Washington stumbled their way to the NFC title game? Oh, my God. Bro, that would be a massacre. That would be an absolute massacre. What's up, Josh? Steven said, Josh McDaniels left the Patriots for a head coaching job, was fired twice, came back. Bruh. I don't know why anybody would hire him. I don't know why anybody would hire him. Jalen Hurts clear protocol. He practiced today. Luther, no. Practicing doesn't mean you cleared or something like that. Because Alex Anzalone was in the same thing, remember? He was in the same thing. Because you can practice but not be cleared to play. So, what's up, Walt? I think Washington's going to stumble and then the Lions are going to smoke them and we will get into the Super Bowl with the Lions. I agree. Eagles-Lions will be a great game. It's just one of the teams. You know what, Steve? I don't really want to play them either. I'm gonna be real. I'm not scared of them. I just don't want to play them because I'm not even tripping on that D line. It's just like I just see Jalen Hurts kind of Josh Allen in us, if that's a phrase, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. The Stafford narrative not going away until we pull it out. Yes. Am I going to the Lions game next week? Right now, Jason, yes and no. Yes, because I might have a hookup on the tickets like Master P, bro. I got the hookup for real because people paying $1,100 to sit up top. So, yes, because I might have a hookup. No, because I don't officially have the hookup just yet. But it's like yes and no because I was going to skip that game and then go to the NFC title. I'd rather stay away from LA and Eagles. Jalen Hurts is good, but that is 100% Lamar. We have to play them. I'm glad we home and not in Philly. That's facts because I'll be at the crib. You don't want to play the Eagles. I'm more scared of having to see the Rams again, possibly. Why are we scared, bro? Come on, man. Let's listen. Lions fans, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I need you to stop being punks, bro. I mean, I'm not calling anybody in the chat a punk, but you got punk qualities. You got punk tendencies. Stop being scared, man. Stop being scared, bro. This team can beat any team. The Detroit Lions can beat any team. Their offense is prolific. You understand what I'm saying? Our point differential is 220. 220. That is our point differential. We are a monster. And somebody coming back, too. David Montgomery is playing in the divisional round. We got to stop being, I think it's that loser mentality. Stop being scared. Josh Allen was tough, and the Lions still almost pulled it out. If their defense could have played a fraction of how it played against Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings, don't forget the LA Rams beat the Buffalo Bills. The LA Rams beat the Minnesota Vikings, right? We can beat any team. You think the guys are, you know what I thought about? I thought about this, and I'm going to say something to y'all, Lions fans. This might hurt a little bit of y'all feelings, but I need you to boss up. I don't ever tell my son to man up. I don't ever do that because it's a lot to being a man, and it's not all about being tough, right? So, but I'm going to need y'all to man up. I'm going to need y'all to boss up, okay? Boss up. You know why? The LA Rams, the team that a lot of, we're scared of the Rams. Last year, you were scared of the Rams. We beat them. Right? This week, the Minnesota Vikings, we beat them. And we wiped the floor with them. Let me tell you what the Rams did. The Rams ain't scared of nobody. Rams set. They had the ability to be the 3rd seed, which is better than the 4th seed because that's where the Lions were last year. And the Lions got 2 home games. But if you're the 4th seed and you play the 3rd seed like the Bucs did the Lions last year, you got to go on the road. You know what the Rams did? They set their players. They set their players when they had an opportunity to be a higher seed. You know why? Knowing who they would probably play in the wild card round. They set them. And now they got to, at home, play the Minnesota Vikings. The team everybody said was better than our team. We are 15-2. Do we now, are there matchup situations? Yeah. Cooper Kupp, healthy. Puka Nacua, healthy. Right? Healthy team. We beat a Rams team with Aaron Donald. We can beat this Rams team. Look, we got to stop with this, man, because I guarantee you ain't nobody scared on the Detroit Lions. If they were scared, you think we'd be 15-2? Come on, man. We got to stop. We got to take that out of our vocabulary. I used to say it too. 2-3 years ago. I don't want to play this. I think we match up better. If you ask me, the Washington Commanders are a better matchup for us. The rookie quarterback, if they can somehow upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I think they can, I think we can beat them. I do. I just think we match up really good against them. You got matchup. But if we were able to stop Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who had 0 yards, we can stop A.J. Brown and or Devontae Smith. Don't forget that, yes, Saquon Barkley was with the Giants. O-line is atrocious. But he was the leading rusher 2 years ago when we played them. and we held him to like 15 yards. Lions are top 7, top 8 against the run. Saquon Barkley ain't gonna run. And if he does run all over us, okay, we bend but don't break. So I'm asking y'all, man, stop being scared. Stop using the word, I'm scared of this team. We ain't scared of nobody. This Lions team literally thinks they can beat anybody. And outside of 2 teams, they almost did. Do you know the Detroit Lions lost their 2 games by a combined 10 points? 10 points. Look at what happened. And the Minnesota Vikings are a perfect example of what happens when you're a good team and don't score in the red zone. Don't forget, the Bucs only won because we didn't score in the red zone. And at that time, our offense we were 2 games out with no Josh Reynolds. Tim Patrick was on the team, but he wasn't really doing anything. Soon as he came alive, we started winning. Offense was still trying to click. That's what happens when you don't play in the preseason. You haven't played football in 7, 8, 9 months, right? And we haven't looked back. We won 11 straight. Then we lost to a team that was really, really good. And we lost by 6 points. So we got to stop using the word scared. And this is not an attack on anybody. Just stop that. But this team ain't scared of nobody, okay? And we shouldn't be either. Look at the 49ers. 49ers, we are what they were last year. We're better than, do you understand? I heard a stat today that Jared Goff is the first ever quarterback to have 15 wins with a team that didn't draft him. It was either going to be Sam Darnold or Jared Goff, and Jared Goff has that honor. You think that this team is scared of any team at the crib? Stop it. We almost beat the Philadelphia Eagles 2 years ago with an inferior team. No, 220-point differential. That is 60 points higher than the next team. The next team is 160. We're 260 points. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That is the equivalent of 10 touchdowns better than the second place team. Stop using the word scared, bruh. We ain't never scared. We ain't never scared. We got to stop. Our team ain't, so we can't be either. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got to stop all that, bruh. Did Detroit Lions beat any team? I think the one that will give us the hardest time is probably the Eagles and Rams, but we're not intimidated by other teams. Let me ask y'all a question. Sunday afternoon, you're getting up for the game. Game is at 8:20. It's 6:20. Did you think that the Minnesota Vikings would be scoreless, would have 0 touchdowns? Did you think that they would go 0 for 4 in the red zone? Did you think that for 11 straight passes, the Detroit Lions would keep them out the end zone? The answer to all those questions are no. All of them are no. It is any given Sunday. And this team, our offense is prolific. If you look at what the offense are, how our offense measures to other offenses that doing the same thing, we should win the Super Bowl. With this offense, we should win the Super Bowl, which doesn't happen. Usually, you need a top 10, 15 defense and at least a top 10. You can have an outside, you don't need a top 10 offense. You need a top 10 defense. The Detroit Lions offense is so good that they can win the Super Bowl with the bottom defense. Derek sound like the yeah, that was all on purpose, Bonzilla. Our offense is not normal. I'm not scared at all. Bro, listen, I used to be at the point where, like, if the Lions are down by 15 with 5 minutes, I'm like, yo, we can still win this thing. We can still win this thing. Now, I'm probably going to do the fan thing, try not to hype myself up and be like, man, well, we should have won, blah, blah, blah. Not the regular season is over. I want to win games, but no, man, we got to stop with that loser mentality. I think it's the loser mentality. People had that game going down to the wire. Hey, Schiff, I was one of them. I thought it was going to be a repeat of the first game, and it was not even close. But then I should have remembered, like, yo, okay, that was early in the season. What was we in week 6 or something like that? Something crazy. Our offense still wasn't clicking 100%. Jameson Williams, I think he was back, but it was like, yo, we wasn't clicking, bro. That was 10 weeks ago. Come on, man. Come on, man. At home, that's why I was saying that, bro. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, Ford Field was rocking. Ain't nobody beating us. I don't care who you are, bro. You ain't beating us at the crib. And after what I saw, because here's what I thought. When Cam Akers gets tackled at the 8-yard line, I'm like, okay, red zone powers, activate. Red zone defense, activate. It's time to kick it into gear. And they did, bro. Kept them full. And the ball was at the, so I was, so check this out. When the Vikings were going forward on all of those goal situations, that's the end zone I was at. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, okay, Cam Akers scored. Cam Akers got tackled at the 8, whatever it was. I'm like, okay, Lions get this up. Minnesota got to go for 2. They probably going to miss. We going to be up by 2, kick a field goal. We going to make them go all the way. I'm running all these things. Lions said, nope, hold on. Our red zone defense activate. Kept them fools out. Now, Sam Darnold was also seeing ghosts, missing wide open people. But, hey, that's part of what the Detroit Lions were doing. I think they lose. Enzo is one of the most underrated. Yes, he is. What's up, King? What's up, bro? Did you have to put 10 slices of cheese in there, bro? I wonder how those fires in California are going to affect the game. Bro, it's more fires in Cali, big? That's crazy. It's like another thing about living in Cali, man, just fires everywhere. Fires absolutely everywhere. The Detroit Lions are depleted on defense. They've been depleted essentially all year. Week 3 lost their starting defensive end in Marcus Davenport. They're starting Sam linebacker with Derek Barnes. And we didn't think we were going to recover after we lost Aiden Hutchinson. And now we're at the point of no return because, according to NFL operations, shout out to Celine313, according to NFL operations today, in less than 2 hours, the NFL playoff rosters will be locked. Now, I tried to figure out what that means as far as, because the other part of that said with a few exceptions, and I would assume that those exceptions are for people coming off IR of your own team. So what does that mean? The Miami Dolphins said that they would waive Calais Campbell if they didn't make the playoffs. And it went down to the last week in which he played. So far, it is Wednesday, and no word of whether Calais Campbell has been waived or not. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, I don't know what those exceptions are, but as of 4 o'clock today, they will be playoff rosters will be locked, which I would assume there are no new additions to the team. Shout out to New Addition. No new additions to the team. So after all of that, Calais Campbell not only will not be on a team, he won't get a chance to go for a Super Bowl, which is unfortunate because the Detroit Lions could use him making a run. We're going to face a team that we're going to need to get some pressure on. He's not going to be like Sam Darnold. He's not going to miss throws when he's under pressure. We've seen what Josh Allen can do. We know what Patrick Mahomes can do. We've seen this. And in the AFC, if we make the Super Bowl, we're going to face a quarterback that is pretty good under pressure. And Calais Campbell won't be able to be part of that team. Now, again, I tried to find out what the exceptions are, and I couldn't find anything else. I tried to see if there was a part of the NFL operations that elaborated on that specific statement, but I would just assume that it means that any newcomers, anybody who's not on the team in any capacity, whether it's IR, practice squad, whatever the situation, which means that the Lions can no longer poach anybody. If they have to do it by today, they would have to go poach somebody by today, which I would understand. But I was also trying to find out, could he be waived anyway? The season is officially over. Those teams who are not in the playoffs, they all cleaned out their lockers on Monday. And I would assume if Calais Campbell could have been waived, we would have heard it Monday, especially with the deadline or the NFL playoff rosters being locked at 4 p.m. today, that we would have heard that. So I don't think that Calais Campbell or anybody else for that matter will be part of the team. We will know in the next hour and a half if the Lions made any roster moves, any type of last-minute situations. But this is it. This is it. this is the team. And we're going to see if grit is going to be enough to win us the Super Bowl, because this is the team. The 53 that's on the active roster, the 16 that's on the practice squad, and those who can come back from IR. Those guys are all we got. So we're going to see but it looks like the door is closed on Calais Campbell. I feel bad for him. He wanted to stay in Miami. He gave it all he had. Unfortunately for him, Miami, if they were going to waive him, Miami waited to literally the last possible second, and that time looked like it has passed. So Calais Campbell is probably at home somewhere because it looks like his season is over. So the Lions are going to have to win it all with the roster that they have. So kind of sucks, man, because I was looking forward to maybe even trying to get Calais Campbell, but that means that everybody that is not on a team, the Yannick Ngakwe's, those guys, Jason Pierre-Paul, anybody else, Patrick Peterson, right now, Jamal Adams, former Detroit Lion Jamal Adams is not on a team, and it looks like he won't be either. So we'll see, man. But again, I couldn't find what the exceptions are. I would assume that they have something to do with the practice squad. But let me know. Thoughts on Calais Campbell, man. Looks like he's going to miss out on yet another Super Bowl. Y'all might lose to the Rams because they beat the Vikings. Vikings, then the Rams. Go play y'all, crybaby. Ken James, what's wrong with you, bro? What is happening? Strike one, bro. What are we doing? No, that's matter of fact, that's a warning. Because I can't get to strike. Let me see. I can't do strike because strike 3, you're out. What I don't understand. We're minding our business. We're minding our business, and then Ken, that's why nobody, I don't understand it. If AG leaves for the Saints, will Enzo go with him? The Saints did draft. Zachary, that's a good question, but I'm going to say no, because the Saints ain't winning nothing unless we win a Super Bowl. If we win a Super Bowl, I can see people, because there's a lot of times people scratch that Super Bowl itch, they get it, and then they can see. But I don't know if Anzalone's contract is up, but I could see a lot of changes if we win a Super Bowl. Yes. Okay. I'm glad somebody talked about that. Listen, we got to talk about it, man. I've been seeing some disturbing stuff from Minnesota Vikings fans over the last few days, and to me, it's sad. It's sad. I'm not saying every fan base doesn't have these people, but I find it very ironic that after a particular regular season game, it's always during these certain games that things are happening and things are said. So if you haven't heard, we have the worst fan base on the planet. We push pregnant women. We get in women's face. There was a woman that was afraid that she was going to get punched by a man, and I am calling cap on most of that. I am. It's hard to buy that you don't hear anything during a regular season game about any rowdiness to the point from a Detroit Lions fan base, but all of a sudden you hear that we're pushing pregnant women, that we are getting in the face of other women, when I can attest that that happened to me in San Francisco. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it won't ever happen. I just find it very strange that you don't hear about this during the regular season. But let's go back to last year. All of a sudden, we're booing Kelly Stafford's kids. Come on, bro. We was booing you. We was booing your husband. That's what we was doing. We was booing your husband. Come on, man. Let's not act like we don't know what this is. They call it fan for a reason. But you don't hear any ruckus really coming from Detroit, the Ford Field. Now, I'm not saying, again, that it did not happen. I just find it very suspicious that this stuff is starting to happen. So you got wives, players coming out of girlfriends and wives and listen, violence is not the answer. Any type of assault, that is not a thing, right? It's wrong. But if I am the family member of a rival team, I'm not sitting with regular people. I'm sorry. You're not going to catch Taylor Swift. Never, ever, ever in the regular people section. You're going to have to get her a suite. You're not going to, Brittany Mahomes, you're not going to ever catch her ever in the regular people section. She might be just above the regular people section, but I would feel it was my responsibility to keep them out of harm's way, even though, I'm not saying that it's right. But I find it very ironic. You ain't hear none of this stuff before. But the 2 times we heard that we booing kids and we pushing pregnant women was after massive games. Massive games. It's just weird to me. It's very coincidental. It's ironic. It's the timing is impeccable. Now again, I've been part of fan bases, rowdy fan bases, having things thrown on me, being bumped by the opposite sex. So I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I also believe that it could be blown out of proportion. I think so. Have you ever tried to leave a stadium? Ford Field. I was at Ford Field Sunday night for the Vikings game, week 18. And the stairs are crowded. Can't even get out the row. It's tight seating. You can't get out the row. Could a push have been you trying to get past? Maybe you were pushed by somebody else and you went into this pregnant individual. If that did happen, it's like turning a molehill into a mountain, right? So I don't know if I buy it, but if I am a player and I have a family member, especially a woman, a pregnant woman carrying my child, she's going to be in a bougie section. She's not going to be in a regular people section because regular stuff happens. This is a NFL game with massive drunk people, whether it's the opposing. It could have been a Vikings fan for all we know, right? So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's suspicious and that these things come out. You didn't hear anything outside of the one dude on the field with LaFleur a couple weeks ago, the season ticket holder. You didn't hear anything during the regular season. And now all this stuff is starting to come out about Ford Field. And it's just, to me, and that's the thing about the internet, man, like literally anything can be said. Anything can be said. Stuff can be said about me. Y'all will believe it. Y'all will believe it. So I'm going to tell you what. I was there in my section. Wasn't rowdy. It was some stuff being said. But it was nowhere near violent. I didn't turn, not to say that stuff doesn't happen, because I've seen it. I haven't myself seen it at Ford Field, but I know it happens at every NFL stadium. You put fandom, you put alcohol, you put aggression. I mean, this is a gladiator sport. We have literally dudes hitting each other for a living at full speed. So something is bound to happen, but I'm calling cap, bro. I'm calling cap. And I'm not going to, and even if something did happen, I'm not going to label an entire fan base. They're starting to hate our fan base now. And they're starting to hate our fan base. We're just these evil, aggressive, fans, which, I think all fans have that in them. But I don't know, man. It's just, I'm calling cap on this whole thing. I'm calling cap. And it's any number. There's no video evidence of this happening, as far as I know. And it could have been, who knows? It could have been a Vikings fan. It could have been just trying to get past somebody. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. But I just think it's real ironic that these fans are trying to accuse us of doing these things all of a sudden when their team loses. And I wonder if the Vikings, if the Rams would have won, would Kelly Stafford have said anything? If the Minnesota Vikings would have won, and don't forget that they were talking a bunch of junk pregame, and now they lose, and we pushing people, pregnant people, trying to injure people. That's I don't buy it, bro. I don't buy it. So let me know what you think. The Bills players were saying weird things about the Lions players on the field. Amen. As Dan will say, it doesn't get any better than this. Even if I'm sure it's a small percentage, every fan base has its crazy fans. So that's facts. Had the Vikings won, we would have heard the Lions fans were great. Big bro, how many channels? What's up, Detroit Lions, Detroit fan report? Man. Okay, so I got this one. This one is kind of a multi-creator channel. Lion Syndicate Film Room, Detroit Syndicate Sports Detroit XL, which I'm starting to put content on that again. And we just getting started, bro. We got some other stuff in the works as well. You never know. You might see an entertainment channel. I don't know if I'm gonna run it, but you might see a Syndicate Entertainment, man, because we trying to go global. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm everywhere, bro. As Tony Baker would say, we out here. And you don't hear any issues when we travel to away. That's the thing, Cody. All of a sudden at Ford Field, we bro, I'm telling you what, they probably was mad because we was doing the skull chant. We was trolling. We was trolling. And it felt fantastic. A staffer was calling Kirby Joseph during the game. You know what's crazy? Is that TJ Hawkinson said he don't blame Kirby, he blamed the NFL. Stafford, so what you talking about, bro? Shut up. Shut up. Raiders fans are the worst ever seen. We need to link up a show together. Oh, absolutely. Hey, you're not from Twitter, are you? I saw, also I got a surprise. I'm going to be on with somebody Friday. Somebody that's not new to the space, but he revamped his whole thing, and we gonna be on together Friday. What's up, Lori? How you doing? All right. Let's do that. Okay. But how y'all enjoying the midweek bye week? Bro, you been to Meyer, went to Walmart the other day, but didn't see. No, big. I'm going today, bro. I'm picking up my wife's prescription. I'm rolling to Meyer. I go to the one in Westland. They usually got a little section, dog. So I'm gonna stop by. I will definitely let you know if they got it. Yeah, bro. It didn't really take off, Josh, but it was kind of big. It wasn't like, because of course we Lions fans don't really know what they're doing, but I've been to a game in Minnesota, so it's like a drum, it's like boom, skull, and then it's another drum, skull, and then it gets faster. So, but it was trolling nonetheless, and it was glorious. It was glorious. What's up, Chris? What's good with you, man? Man, the first Vikings game wasn't close. We were up 12 points when they got the ball, and the turnover in our 20 is the only reason it ended up like it did. Otherwise, we dominated. Can't blame nobody for the NFL for the lowlights. What's up? Greetings from Germany. We can always ask the Vikings how to waste $2 million, bro. That was crazy. We found Justin Jefferson's kryptonite, bro. Justin, I like Justin. I have no ill will or anything like that. I think he was kind of a mini crybaby, just a little bit, just like he it's like he pouts. He pouts a lot. The Detroit Lions 2022 draft. Believe it or not, it's already been 3 years. And on the 6th became the first day that teams could pick up the 5th-year option and or extend a player. And the Detroit Lions have 2 first-round 2022 picks on their team, one being, of course, Aiden Hutchinson, and one being Jamison Williams, who, by 1 yard, got 1,000 yards, only playing 15 games. Average was ridiculous. Believe it or not, Jamison Williams was top 25 in receiving yards. Had definitely a breakout year. So the question that I have for you is, what do the Detroit Lions do at this point? Now, for me, I think Aiden Hutchinson is a no-brainer. He would have got a monster deal, in my opinion. He would have been the highest paid, probably defender/defensive end in the NFL had he not gotten hurt. He would have had 20-plus sacks. He would have won Defensive Player of the Year, and it wouldn't have even been close. He would have led the league in sacks. It wouldn't have even been close. I'm talking about better than Bosa, better than Watt, better than Hendrickson, better than Garrett, better than Crosby. Would have been better than all of them. He had 7.5, and we weren't even a third. We were right at the probably 33%. If he triples that, that's 21, 24. And he would have led the NFL in sacks by 8. Like, that's insane. So Hutch, not sure he'll break the bank this time because of the injury. I did see somebody said $130 million. I forgot that's the projected deal for him. I would assume that's probably 4 or 5 years. So we'll see if that year per average, if it's 4 years, then you're talking about what? $130 million. That is about $32 million. That probably would make him the highest paid defensive end. I still think he's worth it. I do, because if you look at Hutch track record, he's going to come back stronger than ever. If you look at his injury, coming off a season injury, he did it at Michigan, came back stronger, and we know Hutch gonna come back stronger. And because of what happened to his leg, the hardware in his leg is going to be stronger. Like, that probably won't. He has a metal rod in his leg that probably will not happen again, right? So I think with him, I would still extend him. I would still give him a monster deal. He's young enough. He's 24, 5. He's young enough that he hasn't. Think about this. Hutch hasn't even peaked yet. He hasn't even peaked yet. Or you could let him play year 4 and 5, and then let him play year 4, If he comes back, gets 20 sacks, then you give him a monster deal. So either way, it doesn't matter to me. But Jamison Williams, what do you do with J-Mo? J-Mo had a breakout year. 1,001 yards. Just got it. Almost didn't. Like literally almost didn't. It was great to see when he caught that last pass. Everybody knew he had it. They hyped him up, was giving him love on the sideline. What do you do for J-Mo? J-Mo, fifth-year option, going to be about, I think it's about $14 million, somewhere around there. Do you pick it up? Do you extend him? I think that you could go either way. If I'm Jamison Williams and I'm offered an extension from the Detroit Lions, I say, listen, give me my fourth year. Give me my fourth year. Let me get 1,500 yards. Let me get in the running for. Now, I don't think with Amon-Ra St. Brown, he will never be in the running for Triple Crown, like ever. Let me get my receptions up. Let me not miss any games due to suspension. Let me do all of that. So that's why I don't think the Lions extend him, but I think they definitely pick up this fifth-year option. But if I'm J-Mo and I want to be the best wide receiver in the game, I'm going to say, you know what, Lions, let me get my work in. Let me put it in. Full year with JG, no suspensions, no injuries, no nothing. We clean. It's a clean slate. Let me put that work in year 4, and we can come back to this year 5 because I want to make sure I'm getting the best bang for my buck. And I think he's earned a fifth-year option for sure. And an extension, I don't know if he's earned an extension, but I could see the Lions giving him one because Brad Holmes loves Jamison Williams. You can see it a mile. He loves Jamison Williams. I think Dan Campbell loves him too, but it's in a different way. Brad Holmes is like he adores Jamison Williams. Like Jamison Williams can't do no wrong at all. But Dan is like, Dan is like that father figure. Like, listen, you're a good kid. We need you to clean some things up, and you can be a great player. So I don't think the Detroit Lions extend him yet, but I think we could see it coming. And I think Jamison Williams would do better, play a full season, put in the work, and get a big payday. I don't think he's going to be, depending on year 4, I don't think he's going to get like a monster contract. But right now, let's say, put in the comment section, put in the live chat, Jamison Williams had 50 some odd catches. He played 15 games. If Jamison Williams played 17 games, he had 12 touchdowns and 1,500 yards. What would you pay him when you extended him? How many years? And what would the deal be? Let me know. But I think J-Mo gets a fifth-year option extended. The deadline is May, I believe. But you have like 4 months to get this done. So I think the Lions get it done immediately upon the offseason beginning. Well, the offseason doesn't technically start. Well, the new season doesn't start until March, but the offseason begins after the Super Bowl, after your team is done playing. So I think the Lions, knowing that they can get it done now, I think they get it done for Jamison Williams and Aiden Hutchinson. Okay, Camille says, oh, wait, hold on. Somebody tag my name. Says, someone has to take a pay cut, though, Syndicate Sports Detroit. I've never seen that highlighted, bro. That's crazy. If not, we would either have to let J-Mo, Jack, Branch, Laporta, or Kirby walk. When you draft so well, you can't keep them all. Okay, Camille, check it out. So I understand what you're saying because the 49ers are kind of dealing with something similar, right? But here's why I think that it can be done. Let's look at the people we got locked up, okay? Let's look at Brad Holmes draft picks. How many of them are worthy of extending? Okay, as a matter of fact, that might be an impromptu segment. Hold on. Let me pull this up. How long we been on? I bet you it's already been an hour. It's been, 58 minutes. I say, oh my God, dang, bro. Wow. All right. Let me pull up the Detroit Lions draft and I'm going to pin that comment. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, if he gets suspended, no more extensions. How long do we have Jameer? We got Jameer for another 3 years. And Jameer, listen, Jameer Gibbs, he might be the highest paid running back, of recent memory. I think he's going to destroy who's the highest paid running back right now? I think he is going to absolutely destroy all expectations when he gets a payday. Like, for real. He going to leave people jaw on the ground. Because Jahmyr Gibbs, the dude literally got stronger. He got stronger as the game was progressed. It seems like every game, every single game, without David Montgomery, he got stronger and strong. And you could see it happening last year. Okay, let me see. Detroit. There we go. Okay, so what is that under? Detroit Lions. Oh, Draft Central. Okay. Let's talk about it. I like this. CMC. Oh, man, yeah. Okay. And what is he making a year? $42 million is CMC. Okay. So that's about, what is that? Okay, it's not 15. That's about 13 and a half million a season. Yeah. I could see Jahmyr Gibbs making $18 million a year. I could see that, if not. All right. So, let me see what y'all saying real quick. He's like the Hawk. Gibbs is getting the whole bank. As long as I didn't want to say that because y'all believe in, specifically I jinx people. So I didn't want to say that. But yes, of course, he has to stay healthy, barring, and with David Montgomery coming back, that's a big deal. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me bring my chat back up. So Camille had a great question. Said, someone has to take a pay cut. We were talking about extensions for Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams. Said, someone has to take a pay cut. If not, we would either have to let J-Mo, Jack, Branch, Laporta, or Kirby walk. When you draft so well, you can't keep them all. And that's true. It's going to be very difficult if they play at a high level, which most of them have been doing. But the reason that I think that the Lions can figure this out is because, to me, the salary cap realistically is a myth. I mean, worst case scenario, you take a penalty. As far as, I don't think you are docked any draft capital or anything like that, but you take a financial penalty if you are over the cap when like the new league year starts. So I think the cap is primarily a myth, but I think the Detroit Lions are going to try to stay under it, and I don't think that's going to be an issue for them. But when you look at what we're dealing with, how many dogs, how many high-paying extensions do we see coming for the Detroit Lions? Let's take a look at the draft picks so far. Penei Sewell, the very first draft pick of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. Literally the foundation of what we've built. He's already been dealt with. So he's check, right? Done. Let's go down. Levi, he gonna get minimum. Okay? No offense, but he's not breaking the bank. Aleem McNeil, he's already taken care of. Ife Melifonwu, love him. He's not breaking the bank. I could see a 1-2 year. If he gonna have to be on a prove it deal. When he's in there, he's good, but he's not in there enough. So not really a concern. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's already been dealt with, already done. Derek Barnes, this is an intriguing prospect. I don't think he's going to break the bank either. He started coming alive year 3, hurt year 4, unfortunately. I don't think he breaks the bank. I think we're going to see a lot of 1-2 year deals, right? So we good. Jamar Jefferson, he won't be on the team. There you go. That's year 1. So far, so good. We good to go. Let's go back up and let's select 2022. 2022. As soon as it updates here, Big Dog, he was going to destroy. He was going to be the highest paid defender in the league, in my opinion, after a Defensive Player of the Year campaign he was going to be on. Unfortunately, he was derailed by injury, which sucks. So he might wait on a deal or get like a deal that's not that big, as big as it would have been. But I think we take care of him, okay? Check him off the list. Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams right now is 5th-year option. I don't think he gets an extension. So far, so good. Josh Pascal, another 1 year, 2 year, prove it type of deal. It's going to be a lot of these draft picks, and I think we're going to see a lot of turnover this year. A lot of these draft picks are going to be on prove it deals. Josh Pascal hasn't earned it. Kirby Joseph, he's going to get a deal. It's going to be a moderate to mega deal for a 3rd round pick. He's going to get a deal. So far, Jamison Williams extension or Jamison Williams 5th-year option, maybe a Aiden Hutchinson extension. Kirby Joseph an extension for sure. Can't be the league. James Mitchell won't be on the team. Malcolm Rodriguez, he's a guy that I don't think he gets extended. I think he plays year 4 and we go from there. But I don't think Malcolm gets extended, not yet. I think he has the potential. So far, so good. I don't really see us breaking the bank. James Houston, he gone. Not even an issue anymore. Chase Lucas, he gone. Not an issue. So far, so good. I mean, I don't see where we just all this hurt. Now let's go back up. Because this year it gets a little good this year. No, we already did 2022. Let's do 2023. Now, here's what I want you to remember about 2023. We are in the 2nd year of that. So Jahmyr Gibbs being that 1st-round pick, he has a 5th-year option. He's not going to get extended in the offseason. He's going into year 3, so that bought us a couple years. In addition to that, the cap is going up every single year. So that's going to give us more money to play with. Jahmyr Gibbs, not an issue, but when he does get paid, he going to get paid. Let's go to Jack Campbell. Right now, playing very well in his 2nd year. He's not going to break the bank. Again, these guys are not getting extended anytime soon. Then let's go down to Sam Laporta. He going to get a bag. He going to get a bag, but he's about to go into year 3. So for me, we don't have to worry about Sam Laporta until next year at the earliest, okay? Sam Laporta right now, who's the highest paid tight end? Is it Kittle? Is it Kelsey? But we'll see. I can see Laporta, if he keeps playing like he's playing, he gets a $15, $16 million deal. We'll see how that goes. Brian Branch, he going to get paid too. But again, he's going into year 3. So I think we would have to worry about him and Sam before we worry about Jahmyr and Jack. Okay? So let's go down to Hendon Hooker. Not a thing. Hendon Hooker is not a thing. I believe he won't be on this team come the end of his rookie contract. Not a thing. Broderick Martin. Hold on. That's the end of this. I'm gone. What the? I forgot about this fool. Bruh. No comment. Kobe Sorsdal. He not really playing. And remember, these are 5th-round picks. Going into their 3rd year. May not be on the team. Antoine Green. He barely is on the team. So right now, I'm not seeing any type of break the bank scenario where the Lions are going to have to worry about. And this is what I'd be talking about. Like, if you look at the cap, if you look at the space, if you look at the team, we're doing great because we missing a little bit, but these guys ain't breaking the bank. Terrion Arnold. Now we in this year. So he's a 1st-round pick. So that bought us, that 5th-year option buys us another year to before we talk about extensions. Terrion Arnold in his race draw right now, not a thing. Not a thing at all. So he's already behind a year. He got to come out and be an absolute dog, right? To make up for this lost year. Giovanni Manu, not really a thing right now. 4th-round pick. Sione Vaki. Now, I mean, these guys are, that's how I feel right now. He's okay, all right. See what he got. We got potential. And then Mekhi Wingo, another one. I think this might be one of Brad's weakest drafts, if I'm going to keep it a buck. But when you do what you do and you do it so well, you can miss. Christian Mahogany, he got mad potential. Came in, did his thing for Graham Glasgow. He's very promising. And that's it. So I don't see in any capacity where the Lions are all in, y'all think we're all in all of this trouble. And that's why I think that there are people available. We're going to talk about in a different segment. There are people available for the Detroit Lions that we got to pay out. No, we're doing exactly, we're on pace. So this year, Jamison Williams extension, 5th-year option. I don't know what they're going to do with Hutch. I think just out of appreciation and where Hutch was, his trajectory, I think they extend him. Or Hutch can say, let me get right. Let me ball out. Let me get that defensive comeback. Look, Hutch gonna win Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, sack leader. He winning everything next year. All right. Then he want to get paid. Right. So we good to go. So relax. The Lions are good to go. Trust me. They're good to go when it comes to. We're not going to break the bank. We're going to be able to pay all these players because we only got a few people that's going to get the bag. We only got a few of them. Everybody, and we got a few that's not going to make the team either. But I know who ain't getting paid. You know that already. So, oh yeah, you know what, Jason? Jake Bates, you're right. Undrafted. Jake was signed to a 2-year deal. He gonna get paid. He gonna get paid this offseason. But when you get paid, like what's a kicker? What's the highest paid kicker? And what is he making? What? What are we talking? I think here's what I think happens. Jake Bates is 26 years old. Lions signed him for a 2-year deal. They knew what they had. I think what they're going to do, they're going to sign Jake Bates to a 3-year extension, 4-year extension, and he's going to get paid. He's going to be with us till he's 30-some years old. If the Lions sign Greenlaw, do you know, I thought about that, because Greenlaw plays, what linebacker position does he play? And who would he replace? Barnes? He's not the Sam, is he? Hey, Brad, I just injured my ankle going down to the stairs. Am I worthy of being? That's funny. No, Steven, I wouldn't. But we are going to have a segment about that. This needs to be called the Basement GM segment. That's cool. I like that. Bucker, 4 years, $25 million. Man, that's crazy. Because I watched Grant Cohn, and he was talking about Greenlaw, that they had the families of him and Warner had like a going away party because they think that that's the end of the road for him here or not here, but in California. Okay, let's talk about this one last segment, and then we'll wrap things up for today. Initially, the Las Vegas Raiders, we heard that Antonio Pierce was safe. And you know what's funny? And what I love about our coach and what I love about the Detroit Lions is when Dan Campbell was hired, and on the way up, we're going to take another chunk out of you. And in the end, we're going to be the last one standing. Everybody was laughing. There's a specific TV show host who's in a lot of hot water right now, and she had a whole lot of stuff to say about MCDC. But who's laughing now? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what this segment about. Dan Campbell, everybody can't be Dan Campbell. And you've been seeing a lot of Dan Campbell clones coming up. Now, I don't want to be disrespectful to Antonio Pierce, but I think that Dan Campbell made it cool to be yourself. He made it cool to be yourself. Whatever yourself is, your version, the real version of yourself, not the one that you think people want to see. And Dan Campbell, every Detroiter knew that Dan Campbell was right for the Detroit Lions. It was not a question. Not a question. When he said all the said, I said, he got it. He got it. I like this guy. He got it. Antonio Pierce fired. He fired. So, you already know where the segment is going. You already know who I'm about to talk about. Max Crosby. Well. Now, Max, I applaud you, bro. Somebody just asked in the comment section, would I trade Jameson Williams for Myles Garrett? The answer is no, because Myles Garrett going to want to leave anyway. It ain't nothing to talk about. Myles Garrett is gone. He is going, and we're going to talk about that. I think the Detroit Lions make a bold prediction. I got a bold prediction. They trade for Max or Myles this offseason. Especially pass rush, we already know. So Darius, we love you, bro. We love you. 32, you can't do it alone. Hutch coming off an injury, he got to work his way back up. But still. Okay, now we got somebody we can draft in the draft who can come. But what about that certified dog? I'm talking about, and no matter what happens in the 2024 NFL season, if the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl, they're going to be Super Bowl favorites. They're going to be the next version of the Kansas City Chiefs, like them early Kansas City Chiefs, pre-first Super Bowl Kansas City Chiefs. Then we talk about 2 after that, right? And the Detroit Lions, you think they're going to be satisfied with 1? No, they're going to be satisfied with 2. And they're not going to be satisfied with any. But I gotta believe after 4 years and me asking and begging and pleading for Brad Holmes to cover this pass rush, he got to do it this year. He's missed out on draft picks by drafting others, and which is fine. Free agency, it ain't nobody. You can go look. All the pass rushers, all of them were available this year. There are a few who might become available due to maybe salary cap casualties and things like that. Maybe a Khalil Mack, maybe something like that. But I think that Brad Holmes, he got to know. especially Aaron Glenn leave, them all them blitzes and all that, you might have a new defensive coordinator. That new defensive coordinator might say, Brad, listen, bro, this ain't gonna work no more, man. Because we don't know who we leaving. We don't know if he coming back. We don't know. I'm telling you right now that this team is gonna have the biggest turnover it's had because those initial 2021 draft picks are on the way out. They're on the way out. Levi, he might not come back. They're on the way out. Jamar Jefferson, 7th round pick, ain't coming back. Iffy, will he return? We don't know. Has he earned a re-signing here in Detroit? So, with Antonio Pierce being fired after he was safe on Sunday, that's what we heard, Max Crosby is the only one left from when he was hired. And what I mean by that is there was a collective group of the three big dogs, the three amigos, Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs, and Max Crosby. They're the ones that helped Antonio Pierce get a job. And now Josh Jacobs, the Raiders organization played him. He gone. Davante Adams kind of played him too. They traded away Derek Carr. He gone. And now Antonio Pierce is gone too. So if I'm Max Crosby, I'm saying, hey, I ain't got to go home, but I got to get out of here. And I think it happens. I think it happens. Now, should the Detroit Lions do something about it? It depends. I myself would prefer Myles Garrett. He's to me the complete package. I know everybody got this fascination with Max Crosby and hometown and da-da-da. And I think it's the edginess that he brings that a lot of people like as well. But for me, I'm taking Myles over Max. But I think that Max Crosby is, even though he was saying the right things during the season and during the trade deadline, the cracks are starting to show. People get tired of losing. And you know what's funny? And here's another reason that I think that the Detroit Lions will trade for either Max or Myles. I could probably see Myles because Myles is unhappy. And he said, I think the quote, I'm paraphrasing here, but I think he said that me and the brass are going to have a conversation and see if they can fix this situation. He was quoting a DJ Quick lyric. And I think that Myles is very unhappy. He's making it known, and he going to be gone. But I think that Max Crosby, there's a chance. It depends on the Raiders organization, what they want to do. Will they continue to hold Max Crosby hostage because he's literally all they have? He's literally all they have. Because at first you heard that Antonio was safe because of the quarterback situation. And now, don't forget, Tom Brady has some stake ownership in the Raiders. Maybe he will talk some sense into Davis and say, listen, we got to start fresh. We got to let go of Max. Get what we can for him because Max ain't getting any younger. Should the Detroit Lions be on the list? I think they're going to be on somebody's list because if you look at the free agent pass rusher market, which the Detroit Lions still need a pass rusher, all right, we got mystery man practice squad guys. And yeah, we might win a Super Bowl, but next year we're going to have a super tough schedule. Super tough. Bengals, Chiefs. We got a lot of good teams on that list. We're going to need to get to the passer. So I think Max Crosby is on the table. Let me know what you think. I think Max Crosby, he may become more and more vocal about it I don't think he'll ever ask for a trade like Matthew Stafford, but he might start to show his unhappiness more and more. And I can respect that. If you're putting it out there, you're trying to tell your team, hey, trade me or we winning. Win or trade me. And the Browns are in shambles. The Raiders are in shambles. It's time to move on. So let me know. For me, it's Myles over Max, but I'll take either one. I think one of them will be a Detroit Lion in 2025. But let me know. Would you take Max Crosby? Are you over Max Crosby? Or, you still give him a chance? Let me know. It's going to be good. Tyreek for J-Mo. No. I think Tyreek is, nope, there's not a chance. I heard that Brady wants Belichick to coach the Raiders. Well, it's too late. It's too late. He's the coach of North Carolina. So, yeah, that would be too late. The targets on our back were even more next year. A1s, there's no choice. There's no. Listen. I have. It's like me with the pass rush. It's like, what's his name? Topher Grace in Spider-Man 3. No, Tobey Maguire. When Spider-Man first got rid of the symbiote suit, how he was tearing that mug off, I have been trying to tear off Brad Holmes. I have been pushing and ripping off. Get a pass rush. And this year, man, I really believe that he was going to do it. Between the trade deadline of 2023, how he looked, the offseason, the fact that we had a Jonathan Greener, we had a Daniil Hunter, we had that for a moment there was a situation with Josh Hines Allen, Brian Burns, whatever the situation, even Andrew Van Ginkel, we had some dudes. I mean, AJ Epinesa wind up going back to, he never left. He never left Buffalo. Like, we had our opportunities and we chose Marcus Davenport. And then, I think that Brad finally accepted at the trade deadline. I think that was when he finally budged and like, listen, okay, we can't get. And even if we win the Super Bowl, my hope is like, yo, listen, we've seen that our defense has not gotten, our pass rush has not gotten any better. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this for Lion Syndicate, but I think we might have ended the season with less sacks than we had last year. I think we might have ended the season with less sacks than we had last year. Wow. That's crazy. Man, I forgot about Marcus Davenport. My guy played 3 games? He played he played 2. He played the first game of the season. Yes, he played game 1. He missed game 2. He came back game 3, got hurt. He got hurt. Game 3. He played 3 games. Yep. But our defense is miles better than last year. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Statistically, the defense ain't miles better than last year, but that's for a different video. We had Aiden last year, though. That's my point, Jay. That's my point. Aiden was responsible. Right now, Aiden is responsible for the most sacks on the team, and the dude ain't played in 85 days. That is a problem. That's a problem. Aiden is the only defensive end with over 3.5 sacks. Well, nope. Now, with the sack by Zadarius Smith, now Zadarius Smith is under Aiden Hutchinson. And that dude has only been here since November the 12th. Like, come on, bro. And I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying the time is the time, bruh. Imagine, that's what I'm saying, Michael. That's what I'm saying. Big Wall says, I believe it was because of our secondary barely got in the backfield this year. That's 100%, but now y'all starting to see it. Now you starting to see it. Man, I think the Lions had 41 sacks last year. They have less than that this year. They have less. It's guaranteed. I already know. Because it ain't no way that the rest of the team, because the defensive line got like 27. So that would mean that to equal last year, we needed 14. And I guarantee you that did not happen. That did not happen. The defense last year would have not blown a 17-point lead. Do you mean the defense this year? I do agree that the defense this year, but saying our defense is better. But I don't know. I don't know, because I'm starting to think the same thing last year. Our offense carried our team. Our defense showed up. I don't think they've ever showed up like they did in Minnesota. Like Minnesota because the Bucs were not the Vikings. And the Bucs are the only team that I think we've held to that few of a points, right? Maybe 6 points. No, that was last season. Who did we hold to 6 points this year? We played well for like a stretch. It was like no touchdowns. So, but I think that the offense was more to blame for the defense. You know what I'm saying? We knew what the defense was last year. We expected more this year. But one thing remains the same, the pass rush. Jacksonville. What's up, Cola? Jacksonville, Dallas. That's right. All right, you know what? I can't help myself. How long we been on? Okay, perfect. Hour and a half. This will make us at an hour and a half. I got to talk about it. Y'all got me hyped. Y'all got me hyped. I don't like doing this, but I got to do it. I got to do it. Let's go to NFL. Let's go to stats. Let's go to team stats. Let's go to sacks allowed or sacks. Wow. Wow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of tough for me. It really is. I'm looking at we've had a conversation and we're talking about potential pass rushers for the Detroit Lions. Now, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know I've been talking about a pass rush for literal years. And the Detroit Lions offense is a juggernaut. Don't let the offense fool you about the current status of the pass rush. Don't let it fool you, because I'm going to tell you what, if the Detroit Lions had the Denver Broncos defense and pass rush and sack count, we would probably be undefeated and we would go all the way to and win the Super Bowl. Offense is God tier right now. All right. But that defensive line, that pass rush is cause for concern. Now, I don't want to talk really. This pains me because our season is one of 14 teams that still is going on. And we have a really good chance due to our offense to win the Super Bowl. Now, I don't want to, the defense played outstanding week 18. And if they can do that 3 more times, we're winning the Super Bowl. But what about next year? What about this pass rush situation? What about the one thing that we haven't really taken care of all Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's tenure? It's time. It's time to do it. The Detroit Lions, believe it or not, have had a worse sack count than they did last season. Sacks don't mean everything, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I understand it. And you're right. You're right. But I like them. And I think when it counts, when it matters, look at what the pass rush alone was doing to Sam Darnold. Remember when Zadarius Smith got his 1 sack and it was like an 18-yard loss or something crazy like that? They do matter. They do matter. Okay? So it's time to get a pass rush. Let's take a look at the Detroit Lions sack count. Where do they rank? Right now, the Denver Broncos lead 63 sacks. Last team to get that many sacks was, I think last year was the Baltimore Ravens. They were the sack leaders. The year before that, it was the Philadelphia Eagles, was 70. 7-0. The Detroit Lions in 2023 had how many sacks? They had 41. 41 sacks. Where are they now? They're 37th. 37th. I want to look at this. Check this out. Man, your boy be dropping straight bars. I be dropping straight bars, bruh. Once again, look at this. What do you see about these teams? I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna let this sit. The teams you can't see: Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. I want you to focus specifically on the sacks, and I want you to tell me what is what is not, these teams are not what? What do you think? Look at all of these teams. What is so special about the Detroit Lions? J. Deck says all are out of the playoffs but us. That's because our offense is prolific. What about the ones? What about this team? Las Vegas Raiders? Nope. What about the Los Angeles Chargers? Or Los Angeles Rams, I'm sorry. They got a decent offense too. They are. Kansas City Chiefs. What about, they got Patrick Mahomes and they 15-2. So we're noticing a trend here. Out of the bottom teams in the league, Lions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. They are 23rd in sacks, and they are the only bottom 10 team to be in the playoffs as far as sacks are concerned. Now, you can add another. If Aiden is part of this team, this number might be 50, and that 50 puts us where? Puts us top 5. We'll be top 4 if Hutch had 20 some odd sacks. without the offense. And you got to understand something. Derek, we're winning games. Our offense is prolific. You understand? The point differential is 220. 220. It's with the 2007 Patriots. Oh, by the way, need I remind you what they did? They lost only one game all season, and it's the one that mattered the most. Without a prolific offense, which we have this year, you don't win games if you can't. You don't make the playoffs. You don't win playoff games. You don't win Super Bowls if you can't get to the quarterback. That's it. Now, we all know why the Denver Broncos ain't going nowhere. They're not winning the Super Bowl. Eagles didn't win it either. They lost to Patrick Mahomes, though. And like everyone loses to Patrick Mahomes, except us. We beat them. Because, again, our offense is prolific. Who knows? We didn't know if the offense was going to carry over from last year. But it was better. It was better. That's not always going to be the case. But you know what? I want absolute dominance. It's time for the defense to dominate. All the time, every game. And Brad Holmes can make that happen. And I feel like part of me is on the fence. You're going to put a whole bunch of, because Ennis Rakestraw, Carlton Davis, is he coming back? I feel like he's going to go hard in the secondary. And he's going to be like, you know what? Let's bring back Marcus Davenport. As a matter of fact, let's extend Broderick Martin. I'm playing with that one. I'm being hyperbolic. But it's time, bro. It's time. I have been right about this, okay? And there's no denying that the stats show that I've been right. You take away the Detroit Lions' prolific offense, we're not in the playoffs because we can't get to the quarterback. So let me know. Are you ready to concede that the fact that we need a pass rush? Now, let's not get it twisted. Zadarius Smith is part of this team for 2025. Aiden Hutchinson is part of this team for 2025. DJ Reader will be on his last year. Broderick Martin, maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe Captain Planet. I don't know what happens with him. But Aleem McNeil, will he be ready by the time the season starts? I don't know. We picking late in the draft, in the first round, and every round. Let me know what you think. It's time, bro. It's time. Anyway, I'm telling you, bro, Bills not that high in sacks either. No, they not. But the same thing applies. The Bills got the number 2 offense in the league. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The stats, I'll be right. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. Because all I do is go by numbers. The Bills got the number 2 offense in the league. When your offense is putting up points, you don't really need to get to the quarterback like that. But here's what it's going to come down to. When we're playing Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Lamar Jackson Wilson, can we get to him just once? That's going to be the difference maker between the Super Bowl winning and the Super Bowl losing. Anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everybody who comes in and watches Spike Kool-Aid. Thank you guys for supporting Nick yesterday. That means a lot to me. Nick is a good guy, great creator. Only goes on once a week, and we are trying to expand the brand. That is going to be the goal, one of the goals of 2025, expanding the Syndicate brand. Also got a lot of business stuff that I got a little notebook of business things that I need to take care of. I need to LLC the brand. I need to trying to expand and stuff. So we got big plans for 2025 and beyond. So couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much, man. Brady said that loss still bothers him to this day. I bet it does. Why would we get picks if Glenn leaves but not if Ben Johnson leaves? Because Glenn is black. Glenn is a minority. So when you sign, it's an incentive because, that whole thing, it's an incentive to hire people of color, minorities, whether it's black, Hispanic, whatever the situation. They have to still incentivize people to at least interview and hire. So that's why. So it's a reward. You know what I'm saying? 49ers they're always losing a minority. Robert Saleh, I believe, got some picks. D'Amico Ryans, he got some picks. So that's why. Yep. I don't know if I think it depends on what I don't know. It might be it might be a couple 3rd round picks or something like that, because a comp pick is the highest you can go as a 3rd round pick. And I think it might be 1 or 2. So that's what it'll be, a 3rd round pick for sure. So That'll be one of the pluses to if Aaron Glenn leaves, which is sad. I mean, it's not a, racism, that whole stuff. Anyway, listen, y'all been real, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit up your local Meijer and see if they have I want this shirt. Hopefully, if Meijer got this sweatshirt, this will be the last time that you see this shirt. So let me let you get one look at it. I know y'all sick of it. I know you are. I love this shirt though, bro. I only wear it in the house. I don't wear it. It's my work shirt. Anyway, you guys are awesome, man. I will catch you on Friday. Go Lions. Enjoy the bye week, and I'll see you soon.
Hello, hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.